Before I get too comfortable, I have to get this off my chest. Last night when this app went dark, it said, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. And after about a 14-hour hiatus, I get this message that says, welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support. As a result of President Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the U.S.
TikTok is back, and now they're telling us to thank Donald Trump for bringing back TikTok for the next 90 days. Really? Why do I feel like this whole thing was all planned? This whole thing was just propaganda, was just politics. And I feel like even though probably it's Donald Trump that decided to allow the TikTok to, come back, it's for his own benefit. It's not because he loves everybody, if that makes sense. Anyways, let me show you some reaction on some Americans that TikTok is back.
Oh, look at that. TikTok's back. It's great, right? It's great. I'm happy for a lot of people. But also, I am Jack's unbridled rage. This stunt, and make no mistake about it, this was a stunt. When TikTok shuts down the app and in its shutdown notice praises Donald Trump for saving them, it's a stunt. And this stunt is a loss to the Democratic Party that I think may surpass Kamala Harris losing the election. But some of us, very few, but some of us remember that this whole banning TikTok thing started with him. That he got pissed off that a bunch of kids used TikTok to organize and make it look like thousands and thousands of people were coming to a rally for him. So his ego couldn't stand it. He got out and bragged about how he's going to have record numbers there, and then showed up and almost no one was there. That pissed him off so fucking much that he went to shut down the app, and it didn't work. In the meantime, however, they figured out, wait, we're good about using alternative media. The right is very good. They've been investing in that for years, and they invested in TikTok, and it paid off. Turning Point USA claims that in the days leading up to the election, they were doing 60 million views a day on their content because they had people backing it and pushing it and supporting it and sharing it. Meanwhile, TikTok hates me, like the company hates me. I have almost 7 million followers, tons of articles, refuses to verify me, has instructed moderators to target and suppress me. This is from a conversation I had with a moderator. So you can confirm the company is not a fan of mine. I'm actually quite sure of it. Your name has crossed the servers over here numerous times. This is what I dealt with. And despite that, I built a platform and I built a following, despite no fucking help from the Dems or anyone on the left. A bunch of us built it with our own blood, sweat, and tears. And then they just gave this beach ball to Donald Trump and the right to be like, look, we're fucking saving TikTok. And for everyone who thinks I'm mad because I'm losing some sort of revenue, I don't make shit from this. I'm mad because other people are harmed by it. That's the reality. I will never fucking forget this. We can't go after every politician who supported it because some of them were just fucking morons and you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. But I promise you, the people who did this, the people who championed this bill, who made it like their mission to do this, I don't give a fuck what letter is in front of your name. I am going to do everything in my power to use my significant influence to make sure you lose your next election. Because if you won't listen to us when we fucking whisper, you can listen to the door slam as we push you out.
Cecilia Regina here. I know y'all are happy TikTok is back, but what just happened set a very dangerous precedent. People keep comparing this to the hostage situation between Reagan and Carter, but it's much more like the Iran-Contra situation. Just listen to this song from American Dad.
In the 80s there was Cold War drama. We fought the commies inside Nicaragua. Our friends were the Contras. Freedom was their mantra, so we sent them lots of money and funds. But Congress stopped the Contra money flow just cause they moved a teeny bit of blow. But then a hero came forth. His name was Oliver North. He and Reagan went around the sissy Congress. You see, North secretly sold missiles to a harmless country called Iran that would always be a grateful ally. Then he gave the profits to the Contras. Genius! Sales were uncovered by the press. Reagan and North began to stress, cause what they did was technically high treason.
The thing is, no one ever argues that this wasn't treason. Republicans just argue that it was justified. So just a quick recap. Reagan got elected using a lot of buzzwords. Oh, he was going to fight the communists all over the world, which is really just an excuse for neo-imperialism, but whatever. And he instituted what was called the Reagan Doctrine. That meant America agreed to financially support anyone who said that they were fighting communists. In Nicaragua, the Contras were fighting the communists, the Sandinistas. But their main source of money for fighting them was selling that stuff, They were also huge violators of human rights with death squads, kidnappings, etc. So our Congress voted to cut off their funding because they didn't want to be associated with that. They passed the Boland Amendment to that end, which meant no more money for them. What Reagan did in colluding with Oliver North, secretly selling arms to Iran to give the money to the Contras in Nicaragua, is treason. Because he violated the law. The law said no more money for the Contras, and he substituted his own judgment for that of the law. It's not about whether the law was right or wrong, because as I said, Republicans say, oh yeah, he did it, but it was justified. He thought he was doing the right thing. There is no justification loophole for treason. Either you violated the law and colluded with people who are not part of the government to violate our government's edicts, or you didn't. And that's what just happened with this ban. I'm against the ban. Obviously, we're all against the ban. But when Congress ruled on it, President Biden signed off on it, and, the Supreme Court upheld it, it became the law of the land. And that's where these two stories diverge. Reagan did what he did secretly. Trump did this openly in front of everyone. To collude with someone who is not part of our government, to violate the edicts of our government. I'm less concerned about this situation and more concerned about the precedent it sets, because if he can do this openly and not receive any reprimand, it will empower him to always substitute his judgment for that of the other branches. It's supposed to be a 3-branch system for a reason. That's why we have the checks and the balances. One person, whether it's one person from Congress, the Supreme Court, or the presidency, has no right to go off half-cocked and do what the hell they want in flagrantly open violation of the law. That is disturbing. Quick reminder, Reagan was very nearly tried for this crime of treason. The only thing that saved him is the fact that Oliver North took all the blame upon himself and then lied, not only about Reagan's involvement, but the extent to which he knew things. BT Dub, he was a pundit on Fox News, Oliver North. All the stuff that's coming to fruition this day, the ceasefire over there in Gaza, the TikTok, being restored, these should all be of grave concern to you. They might be things that you want, things that in and of themselves are good, but the way that they were accomplished is the most important thing. He did this to get your tacit consent. Because when you say, oh, well, all that matters is the outcome, the ends justify the means, you're setting yourself up for a system where he uses his own judgment unilaterally to do whatever the hell he wants, and you have to pay the consequences. Today it's something you want. Next time it won't be. Now let's see if this video stays up. If it does, like and follow for more. But as a journalist and a historian, I could not possibly let this go by without saying something. We are making a major slide backwards. And people love to get on this app and say, Reagan ruined everything. Reagan did this deep into his second term. We're starting with this. Imagine how much worse things can get. Speak up now. Fight back now. Push back right now while there's still a chance. Otherwise, it's going to be too late. That's it. Like and follow for more.
Before I get too comfortable, I have to get this off my chest. Last night when this app went dark, it said, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. And after about a 14-hour hiatus, I get this message that says, welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support. As a result of President Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the U.S. Now, I don't know about you, but I will never thank an arsonist for putting out the fire. Everything that man has ever done has been self-serving. He says the reason why he worked so hard to keep TikTok from going dark is because he wanted people to be able to live stream his inauguration. Not people need community. I need to help these 7 million business owners keep their business alive. I need to help these content creators continue to make a living. It wasn't about anybody else. It's about, I'm about to have this big thing happen for me, and y'all got to be able to see it. So for all of you out there talking about, thanks Daddy Trump for saving TikTok, he didn't save anything that he didn't originally put in jeopardy. This was the catalyst for him getting so upset that he wanted TikTok banned. Look at the date. This was Trump's idea. He was so mad that people used TikTok to organize and come together to humiliate and embarrass him. The only thing he loves more than worship is money. And now he realizes there's money to be made. If he's saving it, there's something in it for him, I promise you that.
If you understand psychology, you'll understand why TikTok is back online today. There are two elements of Donald Trump's psychology where if they didn't exist, TikTok would not exist in the US right now. The first element is the love for deals. Donald Trump loves to make deals. He wrote an entire book on it, The Art of the Deal. And this is literally perfect timing for an epic deal to be made. And there is no better person to be in office for TikTok when it comes to a deal that needs to be made than Donald Trump right now. The second reason why we're back, especially so soon, goes even deeper into the mind of Donald Trump. And that's Donald Trump's need for significance. Many human beings have a deep, deep, deep human need to feel significant, to feel important, to feel seen. And Donald Trump loves ratings and he loves to be seen. So the idea of having that many more eyes on the inauguration is a massive motivator and big reason, maybe even the reason why TikTok is back on so early.
We didn't even get 24 hours of peace before the Americans came back. Yes, Donald Trump has actually saved Americans from losing their access to this very app, TikTok. Now, one thing I want to say, thank you very much, Donald Trump, because now I get to see all of my favorite content creators back here on one of my favorite applications. But another thing I'd like to say, to all of those people that hate and sneer at Donald Trump, that have relied on TikTok for their roof over their head, food on their table, for their businesses to thrive, and for them to have some cathartic use from this app and spread their knowledge here on TikTok. How does it feel to have your livelihood saved by the man that you hate so much? It really does seem as if Donald Trump is the man that is bringing back free speech. I mean, this is genuinely brilliant. He has pledged to the 90-day extension so that Americans can get their own back on Tom Cotton and all of those others that tried to get TikTok banned. Now, I, for one, am very glad that Americans are back, because this means I can now shit-talk them straight to their face. But all jokes aside, welcome back, Americans. It was a peaceful 12 hours, but most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the Americans are back, and I hope you have a fabulous day. And as you were.
Donald Trump wants to own TikTok. He's just uploaded a statement to his Truth Social account explaining what his goal is moving forward with the TikTok ban. I'm asking companies not to let TikTok stay dark. I will issue an executive order on Monday to extend the period of time before the law's prohibitions take effect so that we can make a deal to protect our national security. The order will also confirm that there will be no liability for any company that helped TikTok from going dark before my order. Americans deserve to see our exciting inauguration on Monday, as well as other events and conversations. I would like the United States to have a 50% ownership position in a joint venture. By doing this, we save TikTok, keep it in good hands, and allow it to stay up. Without U.S. approval, there is no TikTok. With our approval, it is worth hundreds of billions of dollars, maybe trillions. Therefore, my initial thought is a joint venture between the current owners and or new owners, whereby the U.S. gets a 50% ownership in a joint venture set up between the U.S. and whichever purchase we so choose. This sounds like Trump is not going to issue any fines, etc. from companies that continue to post or advertise on TikTok, and they're also hoping that the U.S. gets 50% ownership. Could this be why we've seen senators literally scrambling to buy stock in Meta, as well as having Meta, like Facebook and Instagram, going ahead and adding links now in their accounts to TikTok? Whatever's going on, it looks like Americans will not have access to TikTok today, but if Trump has his way, it will be up and running again tomorrow.
Anyways, I'm happy that it's back because I was telling people that I was feeling bad that it's gone, but I'm happy it's bad for a short while. But this is just like a reminder or something. You can't put one egg in one basket. So if you're a content creator, that you create content in TikTok and you make money on TikTok, try to go to another app and try to monetize the app and try to, create content in the app and, shuffle. It's not going to be easy, but you cannot just put one egg in one basket because you can come tomorrow and say, oh, it's no longer, TikTok is no longer your country, da 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 da. So I just feel like you cannot just trust the system because you can't. There were some content creators when during the time TikTok was going, there were some popular content creators on TikTok that came to confess their sins. The ones that usually bring out workouts and tell you these are the workouts you should do. They tell you they don't do the workouts. The one that don't mukbang video, eat so much videos and so much food. They came out to say they do not eat those food. They came to confess their sins. And now that TikTok is back, I don't know how those content creators are going to feel because I don't even follow those content, but I'm seeing people reacting to it, and I'm like, now that TikTok is back, just imagine how will you face your audience and tell them everything that made you follow me was all a lie. This is who I am. This is what I do. Like when we do, it just shows that when it comes to content, people actually show you what they want you to see. They don't show you what they are doing, right? Some people feel like, oh, this person just show everything about our life. She does lifestyle content. I can know whatever they are doing. No, they only show you what they feel like you should see. Most of those prank videos, I personally feel like most of those couple videos, prank, it is staged. They've planned it. Because you cannot tell me your partner can prank you the very first time. Fine, I get it. You might not know. The second time, another space. I get it. But the third time, no. But you see some couple page that they keep pranking their husband or husband keep pranking wife back to back, back to back, back to back, and they keep posting content. You can't tell me she doesn't know that there's camera there or she doesn't know that her husband is pranking her or the wife doesn't know that the husband they know they're pranking each other. So I feel like those ones are liars. But the ones that come, like the influencers, that come to tell you about some brands that you should go for, all of a sudden you're telling you, I lied. That brand just paid me because of the money I collected. That is why I told you guys to buy it. Anyway, in other news, I'm so excited that TikTok is bad for a shot. Anyways, what is your take about this? Oh, TikTok ban, everything is now back. Like there's no more ban, probably till 90 days. For now, we are safe. Let me know your thought down in the comment section. Respectfully, Jagamara Davis, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one.